Hello YouTubers, my name is Seaweed Sam and today I'm going to be teaching you a couple camping spots. I got some requests in the comments of my videos about camping, on where to camp, and this one's on customs. Now I just popped an SJ6 so that I can get there fast. This is offline, but pretty much the way you want to get to it, it's in old gas. So I'll show a map right here of where it is on the map, and on your way there, you just want to try and get there while taking as few engagements as possible, because if you're using this spot, you're most likely not a landmark or a pestily, so you probably don't want to be fighting too many people before you get in the tree. So just make your way there, go through at least the least amount of hot spots as possible. Usually I like to go this route over by construction and big skeleton so that I can avoid crack house and fortress and all that. Now, yeah, usually I go on the left side of this fence, but it's offline, so that's fortress. That's a building you really don't want to go to. And as you can see here, I started screwing around, and my life flashed before my eyes with those tracer rounds being shot at me. But either way, so in the gun that you want to be using is the tree blocks a lot of your rifles, so you don't want to be using like this SR25 or anything. This is more of a gun I would use an Emercom, but you usually want it to be suppressed. My favorite weapon is a suppressed 5.7 because it's nice and small. You can look around the tree without it getting too obstructed, and it'll pin most level 4 helmets, and it does a decent amount of damage, and it's quiet. I also like to bring in a little sawn-off Mosin. Any type of shotgun with flechette is pretty good. And a vector is always nice, but they're kind of expensive for some people. And you can see me fail this jump right here. Now, once you actually get to the tree, something that's really good that you need to do is you need to hop on this little metal piece right there. I'm just checking for scavs first. That little metal piece behind me, and you just need to sprint and jump at the tree. It's the closest tree. Just sprint and jump, and as you're landing in the tree, you want to hit A or D to stop your momentum, and that's all you got to do. Now, that's a scav running under me. When you're in the tree, scavs cannot see you or detect you in any way, so they just ignore you and you can kill them. And the way you wanna do the trick where you hide your gun, and the way you do that is you look at your feet, free look up, hit tab, and then escape. That way your gun doesn't poke out. And the position I get to hide myself best is, as you can see there, by my feet, just where you can see out of the tree. Hopefully you have some good luck camping this spot, and now I'm going to show you the next one. Alright, let's get into the Emercom spot. Now, Emercom is, in my opinion, one of the safest places to camp, especially if you end up spawning by railway, because then you have Emercom, you can get out at any time. Now, on your way there, if you spawn this side, make sure to check on those barrels. Sometimes stuff like thermite, defuel, propane can spawn there. And behind that crate that I'm looking at is somewhere sometimes people camp there, so make sure you look at it. And when you're entering Emercom, really your biggest threat is other people camping Emercom. So make sure you're checking out all the spots. On top of that green truck right there, people can like to sit a lot of the times. And then on top of the awning above the back of Ollie, people sit a lot of the times. That's like an older spot. People don't usually sit there anymore because people did that for Shooter Born in Heaven, and no one does it anymore because it's kind of exposed. But make sure you check regardless. And then there's a little awning right there you can check as well. And for this spot, you want to use something long range. Anything that you can put a Voodoo or this new Razor Gen 2, really any 1 to 6. 1 to 4s work alright. That bush is another popular spot, so always make sure to check it. In the back of this military truck up here, check that as well, because that's just a spot one of my buddies sits in. I don't know how common it is, but now on top of this truck up here, I've seen someone sit once or twice. And so back to the guns. Anything that shoots 7.62 by 51, 7.62 by 39, or 7.62 by 54R, they're all good. 8Rs or M4s, 5.56s are good too. Pretty much any gun that can fit a scope on it will work, especially with the new inertia. Make sure to check the pickup and then the back of this green truck as well. And when I'm getting in this spot up by Gray Wall, I always make sure to clear out all the tents and this whole area because it sucks to kill someone, you pop them right in the dome, and as you're running out, somebody from back here kills you because they knew you were there the whole time. And so for this bush, the way you want to sit in it is, first of all, drop your bag. I didn't because I'm moving, but in this little branch, you want it right in front of you. And if it's not so foggy, you can see the entire blue wall, the whole road. You can even see up on the ramp. And usually I camp with a duo, someone else in the bush over by the power line. We can see the entire field. No one can get out unless we let them or die. And the other thing is you want to do the free looking thing here as well so your gun isn't poking out of the bush. It makes you a lot less noticeable. Another thing that some people may not know, what your hat and face covering do actually help a little bit. I always wear the Chimera and then the green Shemog, I believe it's pronounced. I'm not really sure. And for this bush, this is the spot you want to sit in, right to the right of this little branch poking out. And your main goal is not to be protected in there. That's the free look. You free look up, hit tab, and then escape to make your gun disappear. Now, your main goal is you don't care if you're seen from the front because A, no one's going to exactly turn around to look for you, and B, your duo over there's got you. You just want to be protected from the back so you don't get shot in case somebody finds out. And that's where people most of the time go, is up the road, especially player scavs. And now I'm going to show you a few clips of me killing some people while
My goodness.